You've heard of toxic masculinity, which hurts men and is bad, mainly due to the adjective part. Toxic things are bad. This describes the bad parts of masculinity. The whole concept of masculinity as a dogma is quite dodgy, but let's at least agree the bad part of it is bad. Okay, now here's the part where you say, what about toxic femininity? Because femininity is the other one of the prescribed binary, and it must have toxic bits. These are not perfect parallels. Femininity doesn't have the cultural dominance masculinity has. In general, masculinity tends to hurt everyone through expectations of those seen as male and the othering, objectification, and diminishment of those seen as less male. But femininity mainly just hurts women. Though what about is a pointless, deflective argument, it's very insightful of you to care about this oppressed minority. The political definition of minority, not the mathematical one. It's salient that you bring up women's issues. There is a toxic femininity. We see it in beauty culture, anorexia, mean girling, and reactionary trends like tradwives, TERFs. And these are means of femininity that have victims. All kinds of gender conditioning are worth confronting. Honestly, the entire system of defining what's masculine and feminine is bad for us because it instantly goes from descriptive to prescriptive. Many people of whichever gender won't naturally fit its culturally invented expectations, and the idea that they must is toxic. Let's protest toxic masculinity, but yes, you're right, I dwell too much on men's issues, and we should also confront toxic femininity. Unless you didn't really mean that. If you meant to vaguely criticize feminism by misrepresenting it as femininity, as a defensive cling to the idea of masculinity that you're afraid to recognize has any toxic aspects, or while you directly suffer from those aspects, then congrats on your accidental good point. Of all the ways to completely misunderstand something on purpose, you've technically chosen words that a trollingly good faith interpretation of can distort into intelligence. If you really want to blame women for something, note that women can also be complicit in the toxic aspects of masculinity because it's just oppressive expectations of men. Anyone can do that. Yay, you can blame women now. That's what you wanted. Anyway, I'm off to invent toxic androgyny.